What do we want?
Dragon Empire to be good.
When do we want it?
Right now.
Now! Hey, what's going on, guys? RC4 here. Today we are back to cover Now, your new meta deck. And I love this girl so much, I physically need to be put in jail next to DivineZ. Today, because I'm not allowed to buy this deck, my locals have forbidden me to come within 3 meters of any Chinese girl. Today, we have Fate of Fourth.
The time is now to try check 2 blanks.
So, for those of you who don't know, I did my Dragon Empire video for DivineZ because it's Draconic Kaiser Vermilion saying that we will find the new Risk King to throw out Lil Gronk and our Gandivers. But Gandiva is now played by Mikoto Saito, so that means I have to do a video for that soon. And more importantly, we have this chick, and yeah, she's damn hot and her deck is damn good. So today we're going to go through why this is going to be the Shiranui Slayer when Shiranui gets banned in March. Because Shiranui won Worlds, not the Invitational, like the real shit. So today we're going to cover it real quick, and it's actually very simple. We built this out of DivineZ BTO1 with a few tech cards you will need to buy. There are many different lists of Dragress, and those are mainly because there's many options in Dragon Empire. I'm sorry, that's a lie. There's a few good options in Dragon Empire, but they all compete for the same slots. So because of that, we're going to break through it very quickly, and we have a very good Draconic Overlord player to help us, right?
No.
No?
No, we don't.
No?
What?
Okay. So our right line, we are...
What even is a Draconic Overlord? Oh no, what's Kagero? I only know... I've been playing Narukami since the start, bro.
Blade Master. So today we're going through our right there. Our right there, we play Heated Blade Ardat. Then we have Varga Dragon. We have Boulder X, who is in Earth Dragon. Huh. And of course, we have Dragress.
Yeah.
So,
okay, so we go with Heated Blade Ardat. You can play any starter you want. It doesn't matter. But it's not accurate that he's going after like Varga Dragres. It's not Varga. It's Varga Dragres.
Yeah. Just read the phonetics, bro.
Yes.
Just like Varga.
Yeah. Then after that is Blazembar Dragon. So Blazembar Dragon skill is that when he's rolled upon by Boulder X, you call him out to the regular circle and you soul charge 1. So basically, he self-replaces himself in the soul, and he's just an 8k attacker because, or 10k because when you have continuous, when you have a Varga Vanguard.
Wait, the archetype name they pick is Varga?
Yeah, it's not
Dragress?
No, it's Varga. Then when you do a grade 3 or greater Varga Vanguard, he gains 2k power. So he's exactly the same as the grade 1 for Rezael's right line.
You mean Essential?
Yeah, Essential. No, Essential's the grade 2.
Eh?
I'm pretty sure that's
S.
it's the Rezael grade 1 of the right line.
The smelly guy.
Oh, never mind. Can't judge that. Yeah, so then basically Blazembar is just there as another body on the board, just to early aggro as well as it's a good booster later on. Then we have Boulder X Dragon,
yes.
the strongest common card in Dragon Empire.
No, don't take that away from my favorite shoujo.
When he's rolled upon by Varga Dragress, you call him out to the regular circle and he does not soul charge 1. So that means that you minus 1 soul from
So this whole right line is just Alfred Early?
Yes.
Holy shit.
It's all Forerunner.
That's so unfair. Like, MLB wants this kind of advantage.
And then Boulder X effect is that when he attacks, if you have a Varga grade 3 or greater Vanguard,
yes,
it gains 5,000 power, and at the end of the battle you retire it. This effect is mandatory. You cannot...
you draw.
Oh yeah, you retire it and then you draw.
You think this is Felty Rosa?
-1.
-1.
Yeah, so he self-replaces himself on field by drawing you 1 and killing himself.
Yes.
And it's mandatory, so you cannot just say, oh, I don't give the 5k means I don't draw a card, means I don't retire it.
And you may be wondering, why does Varga Dragress have a weird obsession with suicidal units? Well, that's because their boss is a freaking workaholic. Fated One of Unparalleled, Varga Dragress has 2 abilities. When this unit declares an attack count +1, all your front row rearguards and your opponent's front row rearguards are retired. So he just cuts all 4 of them down instantly. It's Tempest Ball Dragon. And then after that, this unit gains 10,000 power. And then Annabelle, this unit attacks, stand him, and he gets drive -2.
And that's one entire skill.
And that's one skill. So that's one skill tag. So you have to play it in part, like the full skill. So he declares attack, you pay 1 counter blast, you swipe down all front rows, he gains 10,000 power, he attacks. As soon as the attack is over, he stands drive -2. This wording is very important because it actually goes against a certain card that you are already programmed to love. Dragveda! And that's because Dragveda stands the Vanguard immediately. So if you attack with Varga Dragress, and then you flip this gem, and then you stand him up, you get drive -2, right?
Yeah.
You get drive -2, but he stood by Dragveda's effect. Okay?
Which means
the
that
glare is killing me, but he's still by
Which
Dragress.
means that the restand from the
Varga Dragress is lost.
yeah from Varga Dragress is lost. Yes.
So that's why, sadly, you have to buy the reprinted OT from DZBTO1, the Fated War. Yay!
Or the Fated Clash.
Unmei Taisen.
Taisen.
Speaking of fat people that are floating around like plushies, we will read to you his Divine Skill. And Divine Skills are once per game. So if your opponent uses this twice per game, call a judge and kick him out of the venue as fast as you can.
And in Premium, Xianyu can actually use this.
Can you end your life, please?
Yes, I will want to end my life because of this skill. This skill now states
what is this skill that you
at the
end
end of
your
the
life
battle
for?
that this unit has attacked twice this turn. You may count +1 and stand him.
No. Your opponent needs to be 4 more damage.
Oh yes, yeah. So your opponent needs to be a living break 4.
Yes.
And
Your opponent, not you.
Your opponent needs to be
not you.
living break 4 and beyond.
Yes.
And then if you have attacked twice with this unit already, which means that you did the first skill.
Yes.
You count +1 and stand him, and he loses and he gains 2 drive checks.
He gets back 2.
Yeah, so that means that he attacks with twin drive. You wipe the entire front row of both sides. He restands. He has 0 drives. You swing. Then you divine skill, count +1, and you restand him, and he has 2 drives again. So he's swing for a total of 4 drives that turn.
Is Shiranui still for sale? I think he's dead.
I don't know, man.
So
still got get the Chevy profit.
So the thing is that for Varga Dragress, he is literally a 3 standing Vanguard, but that only works for his Divine Skill turn. So I think now that we've covered the boss unit, I want to get the major premises out of the way as fast as I can. Pros of this deck, this is an insane burst down deck, as you will see. It cuts down everyone and it lasts even faster than me in bed with now. The problem with this bullshit is that it's linked entirely to your opponent's LB4, which means if your opponent happens to have basic reading comprehension, he's going to realize that he needs to stay at 3 or less damage to survive. Not an issue if you're playing a deck like Luat or Jejuled or Youthberg, where if you have enough hand, you could just outguard Varga Dragress. Varga Dragress's main numbers come from his Persona, right? Which means if he just doesn't find it, or if you cut the deck in a way that allows him to cheat, you win. So, my fellow cheaters, you know what to do. It is time to destroy the Parallel line. Moving on to our Great Trees. Our Great Trees replay, yes, 4 copies of Obduracy Glaive. I know a lot of people mispronounce this guy's name. Let me say it again. Obduracy Glaive. We play 1 copy of Ladder from the creators of Dragonic Overlord. We play 1 copy of Varga Dragress from the right deck, and then we... wrong side. I'm so sorry. And then we play 4 copies of Varga Dragress. Yeah. So we've already covered this in great detail in terms of what Varga Dragress is, and the deck really just plays around this one guy. If you read the lore, he's like a super swordsman that's trying to be like the very best, and because of that, like all his students just kill themselves in awe or something.
I mean, that's what unparalleled means.
Yeah,
it means to be unparalleled.
So they all are in team with this. So all his students are freaking suicidal. Like more than Felty Rosa, more than Ezel, more than Night Rose, like they are all freaking falling over for their sensei, and just like me for now senpai. So anyways, we will move on to Ladder, because Ladder is the only card that is counter to this entire argument.
So Angel Bracing Ladder is a card from Triple Drive
Booster. Yay!
And it's a Regarding Space, which means you can only play one of it in the deck.
No.
Yeah, so its skill is that it's a normal order that you play it by putting it into the soul.
You
play it, and then the card goes to your soul, and then you draw a card.
Yes, then your Vanguard gains 5.
Your Vanguard gains 2 red tax abilities.
Yes,
the first one is that during your turn, your Vanguard gains 5,000 power.
Yes.
And then it gets the second red tax, which states that until the end of your opponent's next turn, all of your rear guards cannot be chosen by card effects and cannot be moved to another rear guard circle that it cannot be moved to anywhere except your own rear guard circle.
Okay, so we need to clarify. First of all, it's really good for Varga Dragress because it gives your 3 attacks 5,000 power. Really nice. Secondly, it shuts off Shiranui, so go to hell. 3, it does not conflict with with Varga Dragress's self-retire, correct?
No, it does.
It does not.
It's only by your opponent's card effects.
Even if Varga Dragress triggers the effect to cut down his own men and your opponent's men alike, Ladder does not protect your men from being cut. They will pass away, right? That's how it works. Okay, so at least you got out of the way. Because someone did ask me the interaction when I was playtesting it, I wasn't sure. But so we've clarified that Ladder only stops your opponent, it doesn't stop you.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of units that are too strong to die, we have the indomitable Obduracy Glaive. Obduracy Glaive has literally 2 effects. On your front rear guard circle, if he's the only copy of himself out there on the board, he gains 10,000 power and he cannot be retired by card effects. So that also means he's protected from Varga Dragress's cutting down skill. He won't get hurt by it. And his second skill is that if you have a... I'm sorry, the glare is really killing me. Can I take a look at that? If you have a Varga Vanguard, he also gains boost. Back row.
So his first skill is technically generic, which means that it's the number 1 Gandiva counter in your own Dragon Empire.
Wait, we already have a Gandiva counter in Dragon Empire.
Yeah.
Right, we have the guy that stops attacks and for some entire.
Yeah.
So like, Dragon Empire has half of its generics as Dragon Empire counters.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah. So of the Resi Glaive, like you only really need a One of him on the field unless you really need a 13k booster for some reason.
Well, I mean, the numbers help.
I guess, but that's why we play 4 mainly because
just for access.
Is that you can discard them early because it's a grade 3. Because I feel as though like you don't really need Kolka Flan in this deck. But I mean, because most of your right line you're gonna call early, so you don't really
have that much soul for the cyclers.
So that's why we're just gonna play 4 of the Resi Glaive. Of course, there's a lot of options in Dragon Empire, like you can play some of the older cards that's not Kolka Flan.
Stop lying.
But you know, of the Resi Glaive is never bad.
Yeah, of the Resi Glaive is definitely someone that will stay for
you just really only need one of him on the field at one time.
Maybe you could cut him down to 2 or 3 as the sets progress on, but like he's definitely nice to pick up as a 4 because he's a rare. He's really cheap.
Yeah.
I don't know why they printed such a good skill on the rare. Moving on to our grade 2s. Our grade 2s is where it gets spicy. We get 4 copies of Boulder X, 3 of which are in the main deck, 1 in the right deck. We get 4 copies of this guy. What's his name again? The gun cycle. What's his name? I forgot his name.
We'll just go through the rest of the cards.
Right, and then we obviously pay 3 Ethan. He's a desert gunner. He's back. And then we play 4 copies of Queen Shira. She's almost as hot as now. Almost. But I cannot determine that. I really don't know why. We have such a nice art. Look at that. Yeah. So let's go through the deck really quick. Boulder X we've already covered. He's a wonderful evasion tool. I mean, he trades himself off 1 for a draw. He's a 15k attacker. I mean, he fills up every blank in good Dragon Empire card.net. But I think the only downside is that he's really just tied to Varga Dragress, which means I can't play this in my Draconic Kaiser Vermilion. But I mean, he's good as a common. He may eventually get thrown out, but definitely for this set, he's worth keeping at a 4.
I mean, just having a 15k solo attacker is never bad. You can beat MLB.
No way! Okay, moving on to the rest of our deck. We play 3 copies of Ethan. Okay, you take it away.
So it's still what is it? Steel Bullet of Heavy Dust Storm Ethan.
Yes.
Is a card from DBT03.
Yeah.
I have been saying
look at the printing. The printing says 2021.
This card has been good ever since set 3, ever since the second Dragonic Overlord deck profile when this guy came out.
Yeah.
It has been an absolutely invaluable card in terms of counter charge for Dragon Empire because he states when your Vanguard attack hits, retire himself to counter charge 1 and draw
1 card.
Does Gojo draw your card?
No. And that's really
so that's all you need to know about. And mainly it's because Gojo only can boost 1 Vanguard attack.
Hey, Gojo's a pathetic 8k card from like freaking Kagero. Look at this guy. He's freaking Eugene's friend.
And one of the issues there's also another counter charger in Dragon Empire, which is the
there's like 2 more.
Yeah,
there's Gojo, and then
there's the grade 2 from set 7 if I'm not wrong, which is like, but that one costs a counter blast.
He's very expensive though. He needs a counter blast.
You put it into soul
and
give your
Vanguard
that
hits
to counter charge 1 draw 1.
Yeah, but
you have to already pay a counter blast as is. So Ethan is just the best option. You just put it behind your Obdurasi Glaive because Obdurasi Glaive is already gonna hit for magic number.
Yeah, and you will. Let me stress this if I can. You will need to play at least 3 copies to 4 copies of Ethan in this deck because Varga Dragress eats a lot of counter blasts. So it is of absolute importance that you pick these guys up. Like if you cannot buy any of the other options we will show in this list, it doesn't matter. You need this one.
Yeah.
Moving on to the rest of grade 2s, we still have
Dreadritter Farhat.
Farhat, yes.
Yeah, so Farhat is the Eugene.
Why can't he be Eugene support? Look at him, he's carrying a gun.
So it's basically like this is the new cycle archetype for this set, which is the gun cyclers or energy cyclers.
Yeah, but they all have guns, bro.
The first effect is shared amongst all the energy cyclers, which is that when this card is put to Guardian Circle or you discard it for the right deck, it specifically has to be the right deck. So no, you cannot discard this for your strike cost.
Yes, you cannot.
You may either counter blast 1 or energy blast 3 to draw a card.
Yes.
So basically, it's just it's that 1 card from Token Rumble that basically just lets you guard from the Guardian Circle. No, basically just lets you like draw a card when you use him to guard to the Guardian Circle, and then now every single nation has it now for Energy Blast 3 instead of Counter Blast 1. This you will never use the Counter Blast 1 skills, either his Counter Blast 1 skills. You will never pay the Counter Blast 1 for either of his skills because this deck needs a lot of Counter Blast. You're gonna see why this deck needs so much Counter Blast later. But generally, I think that just having the guard ability is really strong because this deck also needs a lot of hand size in terms of like guarding because its hand is quite fragile and you don't really use that much energy. You need at least 2 energy per turn, and then that leaves you with a lot of excess because you're at 6 energy on turn 3 if you go first, 9 if you go second, so you have a lot of leeway to use this guy. So feel free to discard him. And his second skill is not really used much because there's actually a much better way to recycle a lot of cards in this deck, which is his second skill states that when he's placed on Varga Circle, if you have Persona Ridden this turn, so yes, he's locked to turn 4, the same as Korgaflan, Spiral Cutie, those type of cycle cards. You may either Counter Blast 1 or Energy Charge or Energy Blast 3 to choose a non-Sentinel grade 1 from your drop zone and call it.
Yep.
You can call it anywhere. Yeah, so but it has to be a grade 1, so you cannot call Trick Moon. but you can call any, but you can just call any grade 1 that you want that's not a Sentinel to a Varga Circle.
Yeah.
So it just lets all of Dragon Empire get more recycling of its grade 1s, and it also gives you better board presence later on in the game.
Okay, moving on to Shura.
Dragreater Shura.
She's so hot.
Yeah, so it might be a bit hard to see the skill text, but I will just explain that she has 2 skills. They're both absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, they're broken. There's
a reason why I bought the silver rare for.
Bro, Dragress is easily tier 1 because of this.
Yeah, so Shura's ability is that on Varga Circle when she attacks, Energy Blast, if you have a... I'm pretty sure this one requires you to...
Do you want me to take a look at this skill?
Oh no. Yeah, it's just when she attacks. Yeah, it's just when she attacks. The Energy Blast 2, you choose one of your rear guards. She gets 5,000 power until the end of the battle, and you may choose one of your other rear guards, and it gains the following ability that when he is retired, it bounces back to hand.
Damn.
So basically, Dragon Empire has a lot of skills that basically say that they cycle themselves to draw 1, as we've already seen with stuff like Boulder X.
And you'll see more.
And Eaton. So you can just target Shura's skill for either of those guys. They will pop their skills, which means that Boulder X will kill himself to draw a card. Eaton will kill himself to counter charge and draw a card, and then
they go back to hand.
They go back to hand instead of going to the draw.
It's insane.
Yeah, so Shura's first skill is the main reason why I think she's very, very strong. Her second skill is just a solid extender for a deck that definitely didn't need that much extra attacks, but it's much appreciated.
Yes, we need it now.
When she is retired, for the ability of your grade 3 or greater Varga Vanguard, you may Counter Blast from Varga Circle.
Yes,
Counter Blast 1 and call her back to a Faro Varga Circle, and she gains 10,000 power.
It's insane. I don't get how they give you so much blasting with Varga Dragress and they think a Soul Blast 2 for Vermilion's okay. I don't get it. I really want to speak to a certain Bushiroad employee next WGP. He and I need to have a lot of words. Moving on to our grade 1s. So grade 1s, we obviously will play 4 copies of our Perfect Guard, 1 copies of Lazemba, we play 4 copies of Meathead.
At least the Perfect Guard from the Triumph Dragon SD as well as the DVDs at BTO one.
Yes.
By the way.
So Meathead is also being printed as a promo. Yay! So you definitely can afford it. And then we play 4 copies of Impale.
Yeah. So just get some of the old guys out of the way. I think if you remember Meathead from our Dragonic Overlord deck profile, is that when he is when your Vanguard stands by anything that is not the stand phase, retire him, draw card. So you can target him with Shura and then he bounces back to hand. But generally like you're gonna target Eaton or Boulder X with that skill because it's just a 8k, it's just a 5k shield.
Would you believe me if I tell you this card was meant to be Eugene's support?
Yes.
Like they gave this to Eugene in his Assault suite.
Yes.
I fucking hate you.
I love Bushiroad, man. And because we play Blaze and Bar because he's in the right deck. It's still a good 10k booster in a deck that doesn't really care much about boosters, but it's okay.
Which is nice.
Yeah, and then we have Perfect Guards. You play your Inventoria because you don't want to auto lose to Drag Strider do what?
Yeah. We hate it.
And of course you play the card that I didn't even know I needed, which is Painkiller Angel or Impale Horn Dragon. So Impale Horn Dragon skill is that continuous if you have a grade 3 or greater Varga Vanguard, it gains 5,000 power. So it's a 13k booster for free, which is already pretty stupid in a deck that already makes very good magic numbers, which is Dragon Empire. And its second ability is that in the center is that when it boosts a grade 3 or greater Varga Vanguard, it gains 2000 power. So in total it gains 7000 power when it boosts Varga, which means a 15k booster and your 23k Vanguard, which makes it a 38k line without triggers.
Without triggers.
So in case your opponent was thinking that I can just stay at 3 damage.
Nope. Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, and then the second after that, at the end of the battle that it boosted, you may Soul Blast one to kill itself to draw a card. But oh wait, it
There's
doesn't.
more.
What if we had a card that says that when cards are killed, you can return them to hand? People don't die when they are killed. Oh my god.
Ishura.
Yes.
Ishura time.
So Shura just says if people do not die when they are killed, and you can just return all these cards, all these nice self-retire cards to your hand.
Amazing. I can't wait to see you win WGP this year.
I can't wait to go X4.
And moving on to our grade zeros. Our grade zeros we play. No.
Front trigger. Yes, it's a very controversial pick, but what's the rest of the grade zeros?
Do you want to talk about these more?
I mean, okay,
How much you
fine.
love
Because it's like, number one, I really like the art. Number two is there's actually like a solid reason why that you play fronts instead of playing draws. It's mainly just to increase the ceiling of the deck. Because if you play draws, you're basically just saying to your opponent that I don't expect myself to be able to do the 5 attack combo, or you're giving up the fact that you're not gonna use Shura that often.
Which you will.
And generally, hitting fronts when you've done double Boulder X is a bit sad, but it does happen. Then it's still a 20k shield into your hand, and you don't have to worry about assigning like triggers to your Vanguard or having to assign to your rear guards.
And that's really good given the shield ratio, which I explained in my DivineZ update video.
Yeah,
and one more thing you will want to take note is that for the fronts, right? So, where is that card? Hold on. You actually will still remember that our right deck, oh my goodness, our right deck consists of cards that call themselves out early, and you can early aggro with them. You can basically play an office style grade 2 gameplay just by swarming the board with the grade 2s that don't matter, calling out your Impale Horns, calling out your Boulder X, calling out your Ethans, everything. Just drop them all on the board and swarm. And an early game front will push your opponent to, say it with me, 4 damage. Which means you win.
And of course, like this deck already has plenty of cycling as it is with Mid-Hair, Impale Horn, and Boulder X. So
yeah, so
playing draws is a bit excessive because
you don't need more draws.
You're also just saying you're also like making it possible that like you can like draw the cards that do cycle you into your cards in your deck, draws you into 10k shield.
Yeah. Moving on, because we've gone through all the controversial ones, we obviously played Eidos Farah because we explained earlier in the video. Please scroll backwards if you forgot that obviously Drunk Veda doesn't work with this deck, and you wouldn't want Shura to restand, although I would like her to restand and beat me again. We obviously play 4 heals because we kind of want to stay alive. Limit Break is for the opponent, not for us. And we play 8 criticals. This is very generously sponsored by Fate of Fourth that we have a total of 8 Bang Dream triggers. Now it doesn't matter, you can play any normal triggers like normal people, but he's not a normal person, so sadly. We wish him a speedy recovery. And that being said, I wish you a speedy death with Varga Dragress. This deck will kill. This deck will be meta, and we will have it now.
Oh.
But honestly, it also demands a lot of factors. I feel that Varga Dragress is a deck that you seriously need to learn your matchups. Like, as someone who's facing Varga Dragress, if you actually bother to test it at least a few times, you will realize that this deck is kind of fragile in some weird places that you don't expect. Just like, underclothed girls, but I should really stop. I'm going to get arrested. So really, all in all, like, if you don't know how to fight this deck, really, my only advice is just to play against it, because this deck generally is very threatening against, I dare say, people that are not prepared. Like, if you walk into like a tournament one day and say, yes, today I'll play Luat, and then you just take a lot of damage early game and say, what's the worst that can happen? Yeah, this is the worst that can happen. You can completely just die. Like, that's it. The game's over. Dragress is definitely the most burst aggression deck that Dragon Empire has. I think the only other deck that really rivals it in terms of burst aggression would be Draconic Overlord back in DBT05. Like, that level of burst aggression on turn 4 is what Dragress can do on turn 3. And that really goes to show either power creep or popularity or, I don't know, shame. I don't know. But whatever it is though, like, if you can afford this deck, which is not cheap because of the waifu tax and the meta tax and the cool dragon tax. I mean, come on, it's Light and Darkness, it's Majesty No Blaster. Like, you will pay a lot of money for.
He has 2 swords.
He has 2 swords, yeah. Like he's cool. He's got a hat. It's got a cool hat, and you know he has a guy in the deck that literally called mid-hat. So like, yeah, I mean, the jokes really write themselves now, rather than later. But like, oh, something else.
Generally, like there are quite. Also, I think like. Despite what you've seen in this video, there's actually quite a lot of like many different options for this deck. So you really don't have to feel chained behind whatever we show you in the video. You can play stuff like Gates.
Orlando.
You can play stuff like Gates for
the Eugene Turtle.
Yeah, it's because the restand because you know your Vanguard else retires thing, so you can have a restanding booster.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling like faggot,
What the hell?
There's always try-bash. If you want to tell your opponent, please die sincerely.
Is this a Eugene deck profile? Are you guys shaming me because I forgot to do Eugene today?
Do you like Persona Riding?
I don't.
Do you like Persona Riding?
I don't.
Yeah, because the reason why I'm playing ladder in this deck is purely only because of Shiranui. Like it's like literally like no other deck in this meta matters as to why you play ladder.
Except Shiranui.
Except Shiranui. So once Shiranui either gets fallen out of the meta or it gets restricted in any way, you immediately switch to ladder because this deck will win on Persona Red.
And we will win now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. And remember, Shiranui, I hate you.